I want to thank everybody who's been tuning in to Tales from the Jails. Everyone knows that jail is a serious matter. Us here at Tales from the Jails, we are offering something special to anyone who's currently in prison, on their way to prison, and actually those who are returning from prison. We're offering consultation to anyone who's threatened with prison, in prison, and like I said, and who are coming home from prison. We have Zoom consultations to help you with your prison bid. For those who are going to prison, don't know about prison, don't know what to expect, don't know if it's going to be, all these horror stories you hear, all these things. We tell you what exactly to expect. We give you consultation on how to deal with these difficulties of prison. It could be through Zoom. It can be in person, where we talk to you in person. We do intense prison preparation. We also offer business management for those who are incarcerated. We also do post-prison consultations. So if you're ever looking for consultation, you want to know what's going on, want to be prepared to go in, like you want to be prepared to come home, contact Tales from the Jail. That's talesfromthejail.com. Talesfromthejail.com. You see it right here. Talesfromthejail.com. Reach out to us today. Everyone knows prison is a serious matter.
First of all, I want to thank everybody for tuning in to Tales from the Jail. I have a special announcement to make. We have partnered with the company TNS Licensing and Consulting. For those of you out there who have an associate degree, a bachelor's degree, or a master's degree, and you're looking to work in a field where as though you can make over $100K a year. Yeah, I said it, $100K a year. The business is working in the medical field. If you're really serious and you have these degrees and you want to put them to use, you might have went to school, you have all this debt from going to college and you're now working somewhere where you're not sure, what you want to do in your life, or you're working somewhere in which you didn't go to school, you're working somewhere where you don't want to be. We have something for you where you can make over $100K a year. And it's going to be in a field in which you get to deal with those who have mental disabilities. If you're serious and you want to get on track, get your life in order, pay off your debt, contact us, 267-982-0342. That's 267-982-0342. The number's right here. You see the number right here. Reach out to us. Call today. I hope everybody's enjoying the episode. I want to thank everybody for tuning in to Tales from the Jails. I got a very important announcement to make. For anyone looking to get into IDD, it's called intellectual disability housing, where you can make a lot of money in this business, and you don't know where to start. You want to find a company that can help you get it done. Contact TNS Licensing and Consulting. That's TNS Licensing and Consulting. Numbers are 267-534-5053, 267-534-5053. Call now. Don't wait. We can help you get started. We train you on how to run a business. We teach you from A to Z, how to get started, so forth and so on. That's TNS Licensing and Consulting. Number 267-534-5053, 267-534-5053. Call now. You want to get into the business, but you don't know how to start. Everybody's saying you can do this, you can do that. I can show you how to do. We show you how to get it done. We train you, get you prepared to pass the test. Everything you need to do. Contact us now. If you want to get into IDD, no matter what state you're in, you can be anywhere in the U.S. We get it done. That's TNS Licensing and Consulting. You want to get into IDD, contact us. We live. What's up, everybody? What's going on? Welcome everybody to another episode of Tales from the Jails. Welcome everybody to another episode. Somebody having an issue with his phone over there. My counterpart, Mr. Brahim Jackson. But I want to thank everybody for tuning in. As you know, we go live every day, Monday through Friday, with an exclusive episode on Thursdays at 6 p.m. We're still trying to figure out a time. We just gonna keep, trying to figure out what we're gonna do as far as the time, a good time. And we appreciate everybody who's been giving us their input on a good time to listen in. Don't forget to listen to our episodes on Spotify, iHeartRadio, where you name it. We on all Apple, podcast, music. We all over. So you want to check our episodes out, check everything out there. But I thank everybody for tuning in. And we're here live in Pod Rooms USA TNS Media Group with the team and the family. Also, I want to say, if you're looking for home care services, you have a loved one looking for home care services, Mecca Care is back. Mecca Care is back. Mecca Care is back. 215-644-8341. That's 215-644-8341. Don't forget to get your family member to Mecca Care LLC. We are back in effect, live at Mecca Care, located at 5025 Germantown Avenue. Phone number 215-644-8341. 215-644-8341. So listen, let's get into this. We'll start. Listen, a little heartbreak before we get into the Tales from the Jails. Let's talk about these Eagles, man. These Eagles fell short yesterday. Same old thing. Play good first half, second half, come out with a donut. Can't do nothing. Hurts throwing picks. You know what I mean, to the other team, and missing wide open Smitty, and what's going on? How did you feel about the game last night, my guy? And listen, also, don't forget TBISC. TBISC, the best in sports entertainment, is live Monday through Sunday, 9 a.m. We're going to be shooting Monday through Sunday, 9 a.m. live. The best in sports entertainment. You want to get your, you want to get the latest news in sports. You want to hear what we got to say about sports on TBISE, the best in sports entertainment. We are on YouTube and all platforms as well on TBISC. But listen, what's up, Dijon Faison? What's going on to LaFlame, James LaFlame, Angelica Reed? I see you guys posting comments already, but what y'all think about the game last night? Philly's loss. Philly a little mad. Came outside today. The air was even different when I came outside.
Man, it was bad this morning when I came outside. It was bad not only for the atmosphere, and I know a lot of people was feeling the pressure because Philly sports period is a pastime.
Mm-hmm.
Sports period in general is a pastime, especially on the inside. Like I'm glad that, of one of many reasons why I'm glad that I'm out of prison, and this is a time that I'm glad I'm out of prison because Philly, sports is a pastime period. When you sit there, you got 4 or 5 hours of something to do, something that you enjoy. You got friends around, or you might go out get something to eat, watch the game. Would you agree it's a pastime for you, Tawfiq? A good pastime?
To be honest, I was thinking about it last night. I'm sitting there watching the game. I'm like, I could be doing something better than this one more time.
Right.
I feel like that because I'm like watching I'm an Eagles fan, and I'm like, they losing. That probably was the losing to made me think like I'm wasting my time. Because you think about it, we sitting there for 2 hours watching. I could be what could I be doing for 2 hours? I could be. I thought about it last night. It's crazy you said that because I'm sitting there watching the game, and I'm like, they losing. I'm a little upset. I'm like,
it was basically because they was losing.
Yeah,
because if you felt like that for real, you wouldn't even watch the game.
But it just sports.
Losing. Yeah, but I'm just saying sports being an overall pastime. Just if that's something that you it might be a waste of time to you.
Yeah.
But a lot of people more than people that what you think is a waste of time watching. That's why these people make millions and billions of dollars.
They got people
programmed. Why? Because people. Okay, but that's a whole nother topic. We're not even talking about if they got a program. We're talking about it's a pastime, and a lot of people go do it. They go do it at an alarming rate. Like in jail, it's a pastime. It's a super
now
pastime.
if I was in jail, I would.
All right, but same way on the streets, people doing it the same at a better
I'm not
rate
knocking nobody. I'm just saying that's what I was thinking.
Probably
because they was losing. I'm thinking like I'm not knocking nobody because I watched the Eagles, but I was saying like you said, probably because they was losing. I'm like, damn, this is like I'm wasting time sitting there watching these guys. I could be working out or something. What I mean?
It was like when I sat back and was watching the Eagles lose last night, seeing the Phillies all in one day. On the inside, man, that starts a whole lot of stuff, man. A whole lot of stuff. Like, I'm talking about dudes be outright landish with their disrespect. Like, do you have dudes be making bets, right? And they ticket to blow up because they probably picked the Eagles, but they not from Philly.
And it's in jail.
This is in jail.
Okay.
And this is one of the – because if I was in jail last night, I'd have been fighting this morning. This morning I'd have had an altercation because of, different cities and how they rep their teams. And Philly lost. A lot of teams hate on Philly. A lot of cities, a lot of dudes from D.C., the D.C. dudes that's Cowboys, they hate the Eagles. The New York dudes, they hate the Eagles. So everybody's in there talking trash. Mm-hmm. And then, saying stuff that can lead to an altercation. Like at one time, My little homie was at the jail. The Baltimore dudes got into it with like some New York dudes or something. And the New York dude had made a bet, and he was just like, you know, instead of saying that, you know, Baltimore some trash, Baltimore, the Ravens is trash, and be direct, they'll say stuff like, man, that Baltimore City shit trash. So now nigga like, what you mean that Baltimore City shit trash? You know what I'm saying? Like now you got to stand up and be in an altercation because of how the jousting go on back and forth amongst these teams. It's real bad in jail. I'm so glad that I wasn't in there, man, during this time of losing.
Yeah.
Then we had both teams that lose, and then, you know, it's Philly dudes in there, and then they making it like they ticket blew up, they lost a bet, so they making it like they mad at the team, but it's an indirect shot. It's a super indirect shot. Super. Like this is a good, like that's what a lot of people go through in jail, like especially if you go to the feds. You go to the feds, man, you in there, man, and you love for sports, yeah, you're gonna have to go through that day in and day out. Every day. Everybody is looking to, you know, heckle you and stuff like that. And ultimately this has led to riots. Full flood, fights, blood spill, everything, or sports. Just sitting there just watching sports and watching your team lose and then hearing the heckle from the other cities.
Yeah.
It's bad, man.
So for me, even like the Eagles losing, like when the Eagles lose and stuff like that, like the Phillies lost, Eagles lose, I don't think I'm gonna watch football this week. This Sunday, I think I'm probably gonna I can't. It takes away from my whole morale wanting to watch football. Once my team loses, I don't even want to see nobody on other games.
I had you misunderstood. I'm thinking you talk about next week.
No, next week we got a bye week too. So I'm just an Eagles fan. So
I'll probably sit back and watch a game. It
got to be a good game, man. Like it got to be something good. But I don't be too enthused to watch it. Like if the Eagles play at 1:00 and we lose at 1, we lose that game.
You ain't trying to watch
the next game. I'm doing something else.
You ain't beating for nothing else.
No, I ain't built to be doing nothing. I'm like, man, my football day is done. Yeah, so that's just how I feel now. What's up though? So now the Phillies lost too. I don't want to make it about sports, but we just having a downtime, you know, about you know sports in general, what's going on. But let's get into some jail talk. What's going on out there? How's everybody doing out there? Let us know what's going on. I see you, Aaron. We are going to see the Giants, man. We're going to see the Giants in 2 weeks. We got to play them again. No, we got a bye week next week, and then we play them in 2 weeks from that day. We got the Vikings, and the Eagles probably going to lose. I'm not even going to say that, man. Make myself upset.
Yeah.
What's going on, y'all? What you got for what you got for everybody today? What you got for them?
I had it was a situation that happened last night, right? And I want to explain to the fans out here about how surrounding yourself, just like how I told you before, that money can't buy thorough if you're not thorough, right? And you develop these traits, and you see a lot of good. You know how to read a man from penitentiary because you're constantly around men 24 hours a day. 24 hours a day you're around a man unless you're in segregation housing unit by yourself. But even then you'll be seeing the guards, which is men, or hearing men hollering up and down the hallway. But I had a homie, you know, they went out the other night. They went out and I tell this, I say this from a jailhouse perspective about surrounding yourself with the right company, and you probably got to go through life to know what the right company is. All right, and my homie go out the other night. They go out last night. They go out, a couple older dudes, a couple co-defendants of mine too. Older dudes that ain't in the streets no more, law-abiding citizens, learned their lesson. And as they go out, they go to Chicky and Pete's. They go to Chicky and Pete's to watch the game and all that. You know, a little young boy, and this is the piggyback off of what you were talking about the other day of how to deal with the youth. And a young boy, he's their waiter, you know, doing his thing. You know what I mean? Young boy, he hustling, he grinding the right way far as we can see. He got his little Chicky and Pete job, you know what I'm saying? And my co-defendant is explaining to me, like, he a young boy. He was like 17, 18 years old. He ain't disrespectful or nothing. Okay, the young boy going there, he get them they little, you know what I mean, what's that called before your main meal come?
Appetizer.
Your appetizer, he bring all that up, but he ain't bring enough napkins and forks. But it's a dude in a group that's with him, like that's from the hood. He ain't never been locked up, and he ain't never told on nobody. And young boy come back, he like, yo, how you forget, you know, the spoons and napkins? You see it's 6 of us here. What is you, dumb? Like, God, then they got to hire somebody better. So my man said he's sitting there looking at him, and this is my co-defendant. You know what I'm saying? That they up there chilling. He's another one that did over 15 years in jail. And he looking at this altercation take place. Is at his table. The dude that he with is a dude that he grow up with.
Yeah.
So the shorty left and he hollered at the boy like, damn, man, why you, he a kid, man. He in here trying to do the right thing. And not only that, he handling our food. Why you going at young boy like that? All he did was forget some forks and napkins. And now he's saying, boy start hollering like, damn, I'm just saying, man, he's supposed to wait on this better. So my man snapping with him. Man, I break you up and this and that and this and that. Boy, get up, leave. You know, the atmosphere feel uncomfortable. Everybody at the table trying to break it up. Like, because they arguing loud now. So they're drawing a commotion to themselves.
Yeah.
And by him doing that, first and foremost, him leading off with checking the young boy like that, and young boy didn't do nothing. All he had to do was be explained to.
That's not even checking him, but go ahead.
Yeah, that's not even checking him. Yeah, well, what would you call that?
I would call it disrespecting him.
That's what my man Norris said. That's what Norris said. He's like, man, he ain't like the fella. I'm sitting here watching this nigga.
You think you checking him, but
He's like,
you really disrespecting him.
Exactly. They would go a better terminology of breakdown. And this is the same way in jail. You know, you got, a dude in your group, he may have not told. Okay, cool. But in the feds, your walkies, actions affect you.
Mm-hmm.
The person that you walk with and deal with, your actions affect him and his actions affect you. Because he can go out in that rec yard and get in some shit, and you could be back up on the unit and don't know nothing about it, but everybody know you his walkie.
Yeah.
So you're already associated with him by just being with him. So then that's why I say it's incumbent that you keep the right company in your space. Just because you ain't told don't mean you thorough. You know what I'm saying? A dude might just feel as though he might be like, man, I'm going to take my own weight. I ain't pitting it on nobody else. But that don't mean you got common sense and you can think and you know how to make logic situations. You know what I'm saying? And so that right there in itself, the man, this man is dealing with their food.
Yeah.
You's a fool. You sitting here arguing with him. He could have spit in our food. You just crazy. First of all, you disrespecting young boy. Young boy got our food. And then thirdly, you can't even, if I'm with you and you can't take helpful criticism, like if you wrong, if I feel as though you wrong about something, I'm gonna be like, man, you wrong, man, come on, man.
Mm-hmm.
And then if I'm your friend and you gonna look at him like, all right, you right, same thing as you do to me. I might argue hard, I'm like, yeah, you right, bro. I should be able to do that to you, you should be able to do that to me.
Exactly.
All three aspects this man failed in. Why even have him around you when you know this is the type of liability or something this man can get you into something? Possibly.
Yeah, because think about it. On another note, suppose that young boy was like, really one of them so-called YNs. He just got a job for the first.
Yeah.
That was his first week there. He trying to change his life. You can make him, want to quit, or you can make him go outside to his car. I'm like, you know what? When they come outside, I got something for it, because you just never know how it can go. So people got to be really, really careful in dealing with, not just children, but individuals. People trying to provide for themselves.
Man, that was crazy. Like that whole little situation, man, in itself was crazy, man. And I say, like, you don't want to surround yourself with the arrogant, like to start with trying to fix something. You don't have that problem with you, because you can't possibly try to fix something and he's defiant right there in front of your face and this and that, and you're telling him he outright doing something. This young boy ain't doing nothing to nobody. Mm-hmm. He out here grinding a good way, working that Chicken and Pete's. From what I can see on the outer side, is he doing his thing legitly. Would you agree with me?
I agree, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So make sure that you surround yourself, man, with good people, man. That's just it, man. Like people that can take criticism, people that can give criticism, and you learn this the hard way in jail, man, because you can get hurt behind what your counterpart do, man. Somebody that, you deal with and you walk with every day, man, and he goes off and do something unbeknown to you, you're caught up in that too, Tawfiq.
Yeah, because like I said, he could have rubbed the young boy the wrong way. And suppose the young boy, he could have, either like, man, I can't do this job stuff no more.
Exactly.
Or he could have said, I'm going to go out to the car. Or he could have called somebody, like, man, hey, disrespect me. And you never know who people know. And then the person who normally started the commotion is not the one who get harmed. They come back shooting to hit anybody, innocent person, or, the young boy might spit in somebody's food. I'm just saying, these are the circumstances that you can be faced with by being rude. Now, on the flip side, he probably wouldn't did that. He never been to jail.
No,
right?
none of that. None of that.
Not saying that jail has to always be the best teacher, but maybe he just an arrogant person, or a person who just doesn't have any respect for anyone, and then somebody like him is going to learn sooner or later.
But I'm talking about, well, yeah, you're definitely right. You are absolutely right. He's definitely going to learn. He's going to learn in this walk.
He almost learned yesterday when what's called ready to probably put hands on.
Yeah, he definitely was ready to put hands on. He got up and he left the restaurant.
And maybe that was his check-in right there, because he seemed like he was wrong. Maybe he can go home and check himself.
Maybe he can't.
Or not.
Man, them type of dudes, that right there, no, they ain't teaching him his lesson. He got up on
It's
some
an older
arrogant
guy,
stuff.
right?
Yeah, he older guy. He about 48, 49,
yeah,
50.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's too late for him, but I just think that he maybe that he got to recalibrate his thinking and probably change, because he gonna lead to either himself being hurt or somebody getting hurt. And 9 times out of 10, people like that lead to somebody else getting hurt. We seen it all the time.
And when I was sitting there talking to my man this morning, he was telling me about the incident, man. I'm like, well, what? He like, y'all almost got into it with a I'm like, yo, for him to be telling me that, I know his nature. The man did a lot of time with me. And for him to be saying that, like he said, like, it's one thing we talked about in jail. All right, in the feds, you're guilty by who your car is. Like I said, you could be on the block doing something, and somebody out in the rec yard start fighting from Philly.
Yeah.
You are automatically involved. You wasn't even there. You on the block probably washing your clothes out in the sink. You didn't even go to the rec yard. But being as though you from Philly, you're there. So it's like you have to surround yourself with the people that, that there's of you. Like, I only hung with dudes from Philly. Like, I ain't hang with everybody from Philly. Just because you told I wasn't hanging with you. I was being around dudes. If somebody told me right now, oh, Tawfiq down there on the rec yard, man, he into it with some DC niggas. I'm going down there because I know your character. I know you. I'm going to feel good about that move. Like, I know something had to happen crazy. That man ain't going to jump out there like that. To whereas though we got John in the car, he always popping off doing stuff. He might have stole something from somebody, but he's still the homie though. He ain't told on nobody. He's just a wild dude. But then you hear about, John got it all riled. He got it cranking in the gym with the New York niggas. You like, oh my God.
Because you already know who he is.
You already know he a nutcase.
Because you got people, like I said, we know people that we grew up with in the hood who act like that. And 9 times out of 10, they get a bunch of time, or they get killed, and sometimes before they even get a bunch of time or get killed, they get maybe 3 or 4 people killed, or three or four people a bunch of time before it even happens to them, because they just reckless. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never like to hang around people like that. I always separated myself from people that move like that, and I always try to talk to them, but it's somebody like that everywhere. It's
2-3 people like that. You gotta separate yourself.
I'm talking about every hood.
But it's not one person though.
I know, but it's like I'm talking about every hood. Everybody got that type of person that.
Oh, that's in their group.
Hood.
That's in their group and all that. But like I was saying, like when we was in there, I want to hang around like the older homies. Like I had a shout out to my old head Naeem S1, man.
And welcome, my bad, James the Flames. Welcome to Freedom First, man. Appreciate you, man. Becoming a member, man. Thanks, bro. Now, I really appreciate that, man. I appreciate your support. But go ahead. What you gonna say, young? My bad.
And when I first came to the feds, right? And old head, I'm not gonna put his business out there. That's when you know who it is, man. You know who you is. Stand up, man. Good dude, man. Naeem, good dude. And I first met Naeem, man. And Naeem was a good dude. Naeem wanted to make sure he was like the big homie of the car, Ray Brook. And so Naeem asked me, he like, damn, man, he ain't really asked me. He just like, this a homie and this and that, was such. He had some things for, he was always quiet, made sure the homies got what he got, but he was in like the background. Like, he was the big homie, but he was in the background. He was quiet. And one day, he was speaking on things, and he was like, damn, he made a statement like, damn, you got your GED and this and that. He's like, well, yeah, I don't, he don't really want to mess with you if you ain't really was on the right path. Yeah. And I used to look at him like, damn, I don't care about what these big homies on, man. I don't care about none of that, like arrogant. But he wasn't trying to surround himself with some foolishness. He was older. He been through the ringers. He know how dudes is fools and this and that and this and that. And from that day, and I ain't learned that lesson until about 7-8 years later, when I got older into my federal bit and was like, oh, he ain't want to be around the fool. That's what it was.
Yeah, do you blame him?
No, at all. But at the time, I didn't know.
Yeah.
At the time, I'm like, oh, I ain't told on nobody. My paperwork straight. I thought that was all it was to be a man. My paperwork being straight. I was sadly mistaken. Yeah. A whole lot comes with that. That just gets you in the door. That's the key to get you in the door of men. You know what I'm saying? Paperwork.
But now it's up to you to elevate yourself.
Exactly.
By following protocol, because there's always a system and a protocol that's going to get you to be successful. Like, people who aren't just successful just from just walking up and down the street. You may be able to be around some people that have some businesses or have some things going on, but ultimately, in order for you to climb up the ladder, you got to just take heed and just watch what's going on and find a place to fit in. A lot of people just think that it just, hey, I'm just thorough. What qualifies you to be thorough?
Yeah.
What makes you thorough? You know what I'm saying? it's more to just being thorough than to just look the part. You gotta have the etiquette. You gotta be able to talk to people. You gotta be able to respect people. And I think that, and the main thing is just respect, man. If people can just learn how to respect, because you said to me all the time, you said in jail, people learn how to be respectful.
I'm talking about
manners to the utmost.
When you see a dude come home from 5 years or better, his whole approach, and not to say he won't fall back into his ways that got him in the jail or anything, but when you meet that man, when you meet dudes that did a lot of time in jail, the first thing you know about them is they disciplined to pay attention. And then next they disciplined to when they interfering with you, regardless if they standoffish or not, you know, because you have people persons and you have people that's introverted and extroverted, ingoing, outgoing. So my thing is, but out of both of them characters, you're going to see the utmost respect. It's going to be nothing, never going to be everything unless you do something disrespectful.
I remember a time we was kids, we was young kids, and I probably was like, I probably was like 11, 12. We down the way, and somebody stole something back. A guy stole something, right? And mind you, though, we little kids, we used to go into the store and walk out with something, right? So I seen the boy stole something, and then the older guys run away, they were hustling, whatever case may be. They caught up to him for stealing. And what they did to him for stealing, right? And like the guy was known for, like, he always stealing, always coming, like, yo, I got something for sale. He's always coming to the crib, see my pop, got something, he stole, whatever. But he stole something from somebody, right? And I seen them beat the brakes off of him. Right. They beat him to like I don't know what he stole, whatever it was, but they beat him to a pulp. And for me looking at that, I said, "Dang, I ain't stealing nothing, man." Like I saw what they did to him, so it made me fall back. Like, damn, because I would go in the store when I was a kid, and because that's what we was taught. We was taught Chinese stores with the little march. We walk in there and walk out with something. Yeah. And when I saw that, I told myself, man, I ain't stealing no more, because I saw him get destroyed, and it was all about him stealing.
And that in prison, a thief is almost looked at as worse as a rat. Like, a thief don't get no reprieve. Once you're branded a thief, you're gonna get beat. You're not gonna be trusted. Dudes will make you stand outside the cell all day long. You can't go in there unless I'm on the block. Like, if you got a cellie, you run around stealing, and somehow you had to land in this dude's cell. A dude to carry you. Dude will be like, listen, when I come out the cell, you come out the cell. Don't you? If you gotta go to the bathroom, let me know. You know what I'm saying? Where I can make sure that you ain't in there going in my locker or nothing.
That's
like
a horrible
that.
bid.
You know what I'm saying? You can't go in there and take no naps or nothing. You sleep when I sleep.
So what does he say? No, he declined. Like, man, I'm not doing that, man.
Oh yeah, ass whooping, or you got to get out the cell. One or the other.
So you had to man up.
You got to make, because you did what you did. You did what you did. Now this is settled.
And how long does this goes on for?
The rest of your bid, wherever you go at, that's
so what if he like, I ain't stealing no more. I'm done stealing, man.
But you still got that label on you. You still got that label. I'm saying you might be cool somewhere else getting the cell chill. You probably don't have to go through the extremes as you was at that place that you got caught stealing at. If you didn't go to the hole, because niggas is usually beating you off the yard. Ain't no, niggas, they find out you stole, like what the cars will do is say they know I stole them from Philly, and I stole them from a Mexican. Mexicans will slide up on the Philly niggas. Yo, what's up, man? You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, I'm going to give y'all a story real fast about what happened, man. And a lot of dudes that was up Fort Dix with me may know about it, man. If my man Jordo and all of them tune in, man, about a little thievery case one time. I got two homies, man. My homie Raheem, man, stand up, man. I forgot the other dude name that was caught up in this story too, but he was from down north, man. And both these little dudes, they cool, man. They thorough as hell, man. You know, they was little homies of the car. When I say little homies, they was younger than us. We all from Philly. And then over Fort Dix, everybody got cell phones. You know, certain dudes got two cell phones. The reason for two cell phones was because, one, they'll be using it for their own pleasure, and two, they'll be hustling out. Like, they might have a little dude running the phone. When I say running the phone, like, a dude might get the phone from him, and he might tell the dude, like, all right, in 5 hours, you can hold the phone for, just bring me 10 mackerels a day. 10 mackerels a day. And that's cool. 10 mackerels a day is $100. No, excuse me. 10 mackerels a day. A dude might say, bring me $400 a week. You hustle it out. Boom. You might be charging a dude 20 max for 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? 2 hours, that's $20. 20 max is $20. So he give it to you for 2 hours. Like, he can make this money fast. Now we had the little homies as I was telling you about. They would go across to the next unit, and the Mexicans had it rolling over there. They had a bunch of dudes that was renting cell phones out. Dudes be renting for 2 hours, one dude, but niggas got a slot. So they go over there. They were going over there every day. The two little homies I'm telling you about renting the phone off the Mexican.
Yeah.
They'll go over there around like 3 o'clock, but that's not their unit. So after 3 o'clock, like 4 o'clock is camp time. They call them institution recall. That means everybody go back to their units. You got to lock in, but being as though we was at Fort Dix, you just had to go to your cubicle because it wasn't no locked doors. It was a low facility jail. So the guards could do the count. So they had to get the Mexicans back their phone because they got to come back to over the unit. So what happened was the little homie, he'd get the phone and rent it and be in the bathroom on the stall, like with his drone set, probably jacking off or FaceTiming his girl and she butt naked, something, whatever. But when it's time for recall, when he comes out the stall, the Mexican usually be standing on the lookout. You know what I mean? Making sure that, because if somebody scream out, agua una, that mean the police walking, whoever rented you the phone will take the phone and run down the hallway and stash it somewhere real fast because it's their phone.
Yeah.
So the homie, he didn't hear the Mexican probably walked off down the hall or something, check on something else. The homie look out the bathroom, didn't see him. He left straight off the unit because the guard would just go open up the front door to whatever unit it is when they call recall because everybody coming back to the unit now. So the little homie, he walks off the unit, he tucks the phone in his ass or his pants or whatever. He walks off the unit, come back to our unit, right?
Yeah.
Now we over there, we don't know nothing. The rest of the Philly homies don't know nothing about none of this. Don't no Philly homie know about nothing. We up there chilling, dudes over there on the phone. I'm over there, a couple of my guys, we over there. So at the count, the Mexican, you know, it's child time, it's dinner time, like 4:30 count carry, they open everything back up like 5 o'clock. So we see the Mexicans like gathering all up in front of the units. So we like, damn, what happened? What the fuck is the Mexicans gathering all up? So the little homie he from down north, this was like one of my favorite little young boys. He runs back up, he comes up to me like, yo, man, it's an issue. So I'm like, what's the issue? Is it with that? I see all the Mexicans gathered up in the yard and stuff like that. So he like, no, it's an issue. Or they trying to say, oh, Ra, that's the little young boy name. He like, they trying to say, Ra, took a phone, man, this and that. I'm like, yeah, took a phone? What you mean took a phone? So Ra in front of us now, we talking like, what you mean? The Mexicans like, yeah, man, we was renting him the phone, and then they called a recall, and then somebody called Agua Una or whatever, so I ran over here. But when I came back, the little dude was going on my phone. So we like, Ra, what's up? Where the phone at? He like, man, I threw it in the trash can over there when they called Agua Una, and I came out the bathroom and I didn't see the boy I rented the phone from, so I just threw it in the trash can and left off the unit. So we like, yeah, that's what really happened. We got him to us. We ain't got him in front of the Mexicans now.
Yeah.
We got him like, what you mean? He's like, man, I threw it. So we go back to the Mexicans like, yo, he threw it in the bathroom, man. Where y'all lookout was at?
Yeah.
They said the cops was walking and the lookout didn't grab the phone, but he was supposed to get caught with the phone. We believe in the young boy threw it in the trash. But Raheem sitting there looking all stupid, like, there's a bunch of us, but it's a bunch of Mexicans. Like, this is doing like a standoff. So young boy like, man, we go to holler at him again. We got him in like a little sidebar around the corner in the building. We like, what's up? He like, yo, man, Rob took the phone, man. He got it upstairs wrapped in the towel underneath the radiator. I'm like, what? He like, yeah, man, he took the phone, man. I'm like, are you serious, man? I'm like, oh, my God. You know, so then the Baltimore niggas, they see us, yo, Black, what's up? Because you know, they mess with a couple DC niggas, what's up? Because now when it's a Mexican thing, it's like a race joint now. Everybody else getting involved. So we like, man, hold up, man, we hollering at these Mexican niggas. They trying to say the homie took a phone. So we get the boy Rod in the room like, damn, Rod, what's up, man? The homie right here said y'all both went over there to rent the phone. He said you came back to the unit with the phone. He like, no, I ain't got no phone, man. I ain't bring no phone, threw it in the trash. So I go to him, what the fuck is up, man? Like, why you say he leaves out the room? Now, mind you, it's 100 Mexicans out here, it's 100 blacks. Like, it's a standoff. So I'm following him. They go up to another room. He goes all in the radiator, come out with a sock. It's all dusty, pull the phone out. It's on our unit. I'm like, so we got the homie him. I'm like, yo, what's up, man? He like, man. I'm like, man, you took these dudes' phone, then you got his back and you didn't steal the fucking phone. I could see if you took it from him and then, all right, we back and we not gonna let nothing do, but then you thieving. You a thief. You stole the man's phone. You seeing you throw it. This is the difference between thieving and taking on some aggressive. And neither one of them is right. I'm not promoting, but if you was gonna do one, take it from him. Go to him and snatch it out of his hand and then what? Give him a chance to either say he want it or he don't want it. But that's wrong too. But this is just penitentiary rules. But so now we We out there, so then we come back. My big homie from South Philly, snatch the phone. We go back out in the hallway. All the Mexicans, they try to see what's up because we take it like another little room amongst us.
Yeah.
All the Baltimore niggas asking us, yo, what's up with these niggas, man? What's up? We slide on these niggas, what's up? Everybody trying to see what's up. Big homie come back out with the phone. He give it back to the Mexican, man. Damn, my fault, man. We just got to the bottom of that, you know what I mean? Here you go, man. Mexican's like, yeah, Poppy, thanks, man, thanks. But yeah, we don't want him on the yard no more. So we like, we already know this was gonna come. So we like, all right, it's up to us. We gotta check him in. He stole. We gotta check him in. This our own homie. So they like, cause if y'all don't do it, it's gonna be a ride because we gonna fuck him up and get him out of here. And we know y'all can't sit there and let us do it. So we don't want him in. We don't want him. He gotta go. He gotta get off the yard. He a thief.
Yeah.
We go back to him like, man, y'all ain't doing nothing to him, whatever. But we got him. So we go back to him like. He like, man, fuck them niggas, man. I'm like, but you stole, bro. You stole. It's F them, yeah. It's F them all day long. But you broke the number one cardinal rule. You stole. I can see if you went over there and smacked him and took it from him, then all right, cool, you want some gangster stuff. So, you know, the big homie like, yo, you got to go in, man, this and that. You know, because if you don't go in, we ain't letting them do nothing to you. So you saying we all going to crash over because you stole? So before we do that, we'll crush you and send you up top. So he like, you know what, man, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here, man. That's crazy. Y'all going to send me up top. Y'all taking up for the Mexicans. He young. He don't understand. No, it's not that we taking up for the Mexicans. You stole. Then you lied to us.
For those who don't know, what does that mean to send him up top? Man, you got to go to the hole?
Oh, so yeah, he got to go to the hole. He got to get off this yard. He can't walk this yard no more.
So now, after he do that, he got to get sent to another jail?
Yeah, once he go to the hole, check in, man, I've checked in for my protection, man. Something will happen. I can't be out there in the yard no more. He tell the police. Police come see him like 3 times. Yo, you going out. I can't go out there, man, because I'm scared for my life. They'll put you in for a transfer, administrative transfer. Boom, so they'll designate you to another, but that just follows your jacket now. So now when you get to the next jail, SIS and all the guards reading your paperwork of why you got transferred here, protective custody, he couldn't walk the track. So it's like, yeah, the guards will be telling you, like, whatever you did at that last jail, don't do it here because it's the same thing that happened here. You know what I mean? So you got to sit in the hole 4 or 5 months until the bus finally come get you and take you to another jail. Just because you stole from a nigga.
No wreck, no outside, no nothing.
The whole, like, you get your little hour wreck, you know what I mean, in the little cage and all that, but that's it. You know what I mean? That's it. Monday through Sunday, it's 23-1. Sunday, 24-0. You know what I'm saying? So that's the price you got to pay for being a thief.
Because, like, the jail is a community. It's a community. So it's like, you know, you can't violate the rules of the community. Even though everybody is separated, you can't violate the rules.
You can't.
Wow. Now, man, so he checks in. He checks in and then he got shipped out.
Yeah, he checked in and because he was short, he was ready to go home. When you short and you go to the hole, they'll just leave you in the hole till your date come. Like, say if you were a year and under and you go to the hole with like 11 months left and you had to get transferred to another jail, they won't transfer you. They just leave you in the hole for 11 months.
Hey, somebody just asked, what's a mackerel?
A mackerel is fish. It's fish in a packet. This is what they sell on commissary between $1.25 to $1.60. It comes in like a little aluminum pack, like a tuna pack. You know how you get a little tuna pack, not the can, but the tuna, and you tear the top off of it and squeeze the tuna out the packet. That's how the same kind of packet that the mackerel come in, but it's in soybean oil and it's fish. And it's like whole chunk pieces.
Is it like sardines?
Fish. Yes, without the bone. Like fatter pieces is mackerel. Pause. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Man. So but in jail, even though jail is a fierce atmosphere, whereas though, you know, it's life or death a lot of times, but it's a lot of etiquettes that you can learn from being in prison.
A lot of etiquettes, man. You see it's a lot of, and it's a sad place to learn it at. Again, we're not promoting prison or anything, man. Please stay with. I tell you these stories with so much passion, so much validity, where you can see it, where you don't got to go through it if you ain't never went through it, or if you have went through it, where you ain't got to go back through it. Man, it makes me want to. It warms my soul to tell these stories to y'all, man. True facts of things and certain things. You can learn a lot of good in there. Learn to mind your business. Stay to yourself. Respect somebody's space. You don't be in someone's space. Respect the tone of your voice. When it's morning time, you don't be standing outside nobody's cell screaming and yelling. Somebody walk out there and smack the shit out you. Then that's another type of teaching. You know what I'm saying? Like, men is in there on man time, so you learn to be a man. Like, you only gonna be one way, either a cur or a goddamn bravado. and that's just it. And there ain't no half betweens in there.
Wow.
You in there with dudes that's never ever going home again, man. This is a home, and it's a lot of them dudes that got 30 to 40. That's never ever going home again to me. You know what I mean? Like right along with the lifers. So they become adapted. They became accustomed to this environment, and they carrying it like it's their hood, like this they crib.
You know, I forget who we was talking to, and they were talking about like just to speak about the home aspect. They spoke about like they got up to the jail. I think it was Oskino. He said he got up to the jail, and he got up there, and people was like had a garden where they make like planting plants. Mm-hmm. He like, Leo, look at this man. He's planting plants up here. It's like when you go to jail, the things that you may take for granted out here, are not learning out here or taking part in out here, you find yourself taking part in them in prison, like planting flowers.
Because this is your home there. This is your home there. You have to accept that reality. You know, besides the appeals and every other hope that you got, because all this is hope. What is a fact is that life that you got. That's a fact. That is written down, and that's what you got, and everything else you was hoping for. Inshallah, you get it, and it might, you might and you might not. But what is a fact is that time that you got. So now, when you're dealing with the fact and that becomes a reality and a truth to you, now you got to adapt.
Let's talk about that macro though. What kind of meals you can make with that macro? Is it? You can make some. You can
make a lot of meals with that macro. You can make wraps. Like break it down.
Is it hot or cold? You make the wraps hot or cold?
You make them hot because if you got a stinger or if there was a microwave on the unit. But sometimes do to make cold wraps. You know what I mean?
With the mackerel?
Yeah, with the mackerel.
What is it? Is it sweet, like sour? What is it?
With the mackerel?
Is it like seasoned or just don't have?
No, it's bland until you give it its own seasoning.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's why you usually put it in rice and you seasoning up the rice and all. It's fish. It's just regular fish. It's a fishy taste.
Oh, it's just regular fish.
Yeah,
is it raw fish or not?
No, it's not raw fish.
But it's not raw, but it's cooked, but not cooked like.
No, it's not cooked like fried or anything or baked or nothing like that. But it's just like how tuna is. It's just bigger chunks of tuna.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But it's the mackerel, different kind. You know what I'm saying? But it goes right in a lot of meals. You put that on a nacho. You could open your mackerel packs, drain all the oil over it, and fluff it all out, and drop it, sprinkle it over your nacho chips with the bell peppers and onions cut up in it. Or you can make wraps with rice and fried rice with the mackerel, or you can make the lo mein and all that mackerel all with the sweet sauce and all that. Had that ripping all through there. The mackerel is the popping part of a meal in jail.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah. Like a lot of dudes be heavy on that fish diet because there's a lot of protein in it, and and they working out all the time. So dudes would be heavy on that fish. Dudes, you can make the pizzas out you get the tortilla shells or the wrap shells, and dudes would be creasing them into like a form of a pizza and taking the tomato paste and putting that on there and putting their cheese inside the crust and making their own pizza and sprinkling the mackerels up there and cut the beef log up on top of it. So now you got your little personal pizza, John. You know what I'm saying? Then you got your cheese, your squeezed cheese, and you got that, or you might have stole some mozzarella or bought some mozzarella cheese from the kitchen, then somebody stole it out the kitchen, and then you pop, and then you got you a Dijon meat lovers. You know what I'm saying?
not Paul.
Something hot.
Not on duty. But yeah. So these meals in prison, like I saw somebody cooking on they was cooking on a bunk. They turned the whole bunk into like a grill.
Oh yeah. You got a lot of dudes that do that. You got to scrape the paint off of it. Once like especially if you got an all iron bunk, metal bunk, which majority of the time it is, and
So they sleep on it and cook on it.
Yes, dudes that sleep on it and cook on it. Put a little plastic bag or a trash bag over top of it. Throw your mattress back on top of it, so your mattress ain't on the actual cooking part. I mean, dude to cut like 3 trash bags open. Once they done cooking, they'll spray it down real good with bleach. They give us big time chemicals in there. They'll keep it clean to where as though it's definitely clean, but it's the conditions where we at. Then they take a brand new trash bag, cut it all open to the size of like a covering before they put their mattress back on it and go ahead to sleep. I mean, wake back up, throw the mattress, roll it up, tie it up, throw that on the top bunk. Boom, breaking down, spraying down again real good. And then you got your little one part that you scraped all the paint off. It might be a one big square, and that's your pot. That's what you got, the donut underneath, and you heating it up, and you putting your butter on there. You just stole your butter from the kitchen, and you got your oil, and that thing, you hear that thing get the sizzling, and whatever meat you got, or you might got your rice right there, and you in there, you working that jump. You working that jump good.
You and your celly in there about to have a breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yeah, or dudes might be hustling. Dudes get up on like football season. Like I said, it's a good pastime. You can make a lot of money doing football season. Thursday night, Saturday night, Sunday. You got college football. Like football season in the jail. That's 6 months of. It's gonna be an easy 6 months because you got something to look forward to every Sunday.
So when the summertime hit,
it's born when when basketball season go out and it's over with. Man, like you be waiting around like it's like a dead period when it's like soccer season. And then baseball dudes ain't you got little tickets but ain't nothing really jumping. Then when that football come in, that basketball come back in, boy, you got something to look. You got 6 months of action. That's one part of the season in jail to go fast, especially if you're a sports fan. And majority of dudes in there love them sports. That's the pastime. I came to jail. You remember when I came to jail? I wasn't a sports fan. We was out here back all them years ago.
Yeah, I remember you got to remember the time when the Eagles lost to the Rams.
And I was grinding the Eagles up.
That's what was called Jillian's back in the day.
I was grinding the Eagles up.
We was in there ready to have a fight.
A fight for our life.
We grabbing pool sticks and everything.
Pool balls, chairs, cups. It was ready to be up in there.
Remember that? Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't a sports fan. I was going against the Eagles.
Yeah, you was.
But now I'm an avid, diehard Eagle fan. Jail will make you love your team, like especially federal jail, because I do just so geographical in there. When I say geographical, I ain't talking about geographical because I'm from West Philly and you from North Philly or he from South Philly. No, I ain't messing with them New York niggas. I ain't messing with them DC niggas. I ain't messing with them down south niggas. That type of geographical.
Have you ever seen somebody be from Philly but be trying to be a part of a different car?
Yes. Yes, I got a homie right now, man, that used to run with the DC. We had a homie that was talking about he was blood. How you blood, bro? Like, where they doing that at? And then he was around our age. So how you get to be blood? I'm no damn sure. Well, there wasn't no bloods in this. Well, at least I can. Hey, fans, can you help me out? Audience, can you help me out? Was there any Bloods or Crips when you was growing up in Philadelphia? Maybe so. I haven't seen that. I'm 45 years old. I haven't run into a group of Bloods or Crips. I haven't seen it.
Either you from North Philly, South Philly, West Philly, Uptown, Southwest, wherever. I've never seen somebody say they Blood. I've never seen that. Maybe there have been people that said they were Bloods, but that's not something that hit our region, I think.
No,
but I think out like Pittsburgh,
They got that. They got that.
Yeah, they
Pittsburgh. The Pittsburgh got Manchester gang. I got a couple good men from Pittsburgh, man. They all types of gangs out there. They stepping on their little gang stuff, but we don't have that in Philadelphia like that. You might have the Latin Kings or the Niatas for the Spanish people, but other than the black gangs, like they got them now though. The little gangs now.
Half of the jail Mukmeen, the other half is Nieta.
Yeah. On that tip. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? And,
but it just get like get crazy when you see certain stuff like that. You a Blood, bro, but you from Philly. That's like me. Like we go somewhere and I'm like, yo, I'm from New York.
Yeah, like come on, man, like what are you talking about? Like that, that just throws the whole equation of things off.
I'm like, nah, son. Start talking like that, yo, son. Start calling you son, yo, B.
Yeah, man, that was, you know what I mean? So, I mean, to go back to that, like, it was never that type of format of a dude that I met that was on that other type. So I came into instances where that was around in jail. Like, how you that, bro? Like, why you stumble upon that, man? You know what I mean? Then, like I said, the homie, he was hanging with the DC dudes all the time. You know what I mean? Like, dang, like, who is you? But you had DC dudes that was hanging with us that you would have thought from Philly until they start talking because they got their own lingo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, it goes vice versa, man.
Have you ever seen like a stab? Because have you ever seen a stabbing over, like, go back to the sports. Have you ever seen like a stabbing over like a football game?
Yes.
A lock in the sock and all that?
Yes. Damn near every week you got one. Every other week, yes. Somebody getting knocked out. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, that's the first thing that caused, and it basically be jealousy. Like, not jealousy, but nigga be mad. Not mad. Like dudes is talking trash to Philly dudes this morning, man. Somebody got knocked out today, bro, in the federal system. A couple people done went to sleep today. Bro, dudes can't take that type of, and then dudes do it in a slick way. I tell you, a dude will be, he'll be sneak dissing you. In the day room watching the TV, he might be from Mississippi, though. His ticket then blew up. He's saying shit like, but he took Philly. Man, Philly, man, that Philly shit some bitches. Philly niggas is bitches. You know, we sitting over there like, yeah, man, them niggas is all bitches. Like, bro, this is like for real though.
It's a football game, bro.
Yeah, like what you mean by they all? But like, now I'm like, man, you heard what I said? You know what I'm saying? Now, and that ain't just with Philly. That's with everybody. That joint be crazy, man. That joint be crazy. Is the like dudes is in there grinding Philly up this morning. They got double bubble. Don't be out Cali. Them Cali niggas. LA, yeah, we stand on that Philly. What? They talking heavy. Niggas sorry. Niggas in the group gotta be quiet. That's like a slight. That's like if your team don't win, that's like a flaw against the city, whoever city you from, man. Like you, like for us to be, you know, unless we gotta go knock them out or go retaliate because they gonna talk trash. That's crazy, but that's how jail is designed, man. When you love them sports, that'll get you right in trouble, man. I'm so glad I ain't in the feds right now, bro. I had to wake up and go through this morning.
So your morning right now is all jacked up.
Yes.
Now, so hold on. Even though, like, say y'all, the Eagles is playing like the Giants, is everybody from New York and Philly, y'all all sitting together watching the game?
No, everybody got their own TVs.
Oh, okay.
You know, you might.
So they might be over. They might be over there cheering. Y'all over here cheering.
Exactly.
Looking back. Niggas,
Them niggas some bitches. Stay doing that shit. And then we over here because they done made a play. As soon as we do something back, them whole ass niggas. Now, it's a bunch of verbally. So it's bad. It's bad. Like, and then it's gonna start something. Like, who a hoe, homie? Who a hoe? Man, you heard what I said? Man, and then it'd be right there, man. It'd be right there. I'm talking to my man, my co-defendant this morning. He like, I'm so glad I ain't in the feds right now, bro. I remember them days, man. He's like, this is gonna be a hard day on Philly.
So what about the other people, like the other cars? They watching on their own TV till they watch it.
Yeah.
And they looking.
Oh, and then whoever took bets, like, you know, Baltimore niggas might be over there watching Phillies and Giants, and Baltimore niggas might be took the Eagles. Eagles over there getting gutted by the Giants, so now they mad. Bum ass, hoe ass Philly. But you really saying shit to grind us up.
Yeah.
That's the us, hoe ass Philly. You ain't talking about the team. You know what I'm saying? I can't. That Philly shit trash. Hold up, cousin. You talking about a game? What we getting at? That's how that joint be, bro. That joint is sad, but that's you in there and you caught up in that now, man. Them dudes, them Philly dudes, man. I hope this morning was bad on them. Unless they start punching on some shit.
So some heckling could turn somebody getting stabbed or locking a sock.
Right, yes.
But people probably be like, look, man, we gonna talk our trash, but we're not trying to mess up the whole. We can't watch the games no more. I'm pretty sure the jail's like, no, we can't have the games playing no more on Sundays. Won't that affect y'all time watching the game? If they knowing that y'all rioting and fighting about this?
But they don't care. They lock us down for a week or two. Dudes will be listening to them themselves and so that they got to open back up the yard. Once they go ahead and got the culprits and whoever did what, all right, boom. Then they open back up the yard and there was a new group of people in there to do the same thing that they did prior. You can never stop it unless you take the TVs away. That's the only way you're gonna stop it.
They do that, y'all. People be real sad.
It's real sad.
It'd be a sad day.
Boy, that's the last thing that keeps a little bit of sanity going in there.
I think it's upstate. They allow you to get a TV in your cell.
Yeah, you're allowed to buy a TV. This is your own personal TV. Like if me and you would sell these upstate, you can buy one. And if I was short on money, I'd be watching movies with you. And then I finally get some money, I could buy my own. I'm on the top bunk watching TV. You on the bottom bunk watching TV. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the if you want to say luxuries that the state has over the feds. You get to buy your own TV. See, in the feds, you got the TVs is on a unit, and the TVs is not. They're up there, and they don't have no volume.
So another thing, describe for me like a football game between. I know people up there, New York cars, Philly cars, LA car, whatever. They play against each other in football. On the field, they play like football, like throwing the football. Can you play football?
Yes, they usually call it flag football, though.
You can play. Now, how physical do those games get?
Very physical. Very physical. I seen niggas get broke up, knocked out, all that type of stuff because they let you hit out of balance. So if you like,
hit out of balance.
The only time you can hit somebody is when he's near the sideline. Now
Why?
you can knock him out.
Why? Because it's grass right there?
No, because you could. It's like they basically saying push him out of balance, but they hitting you out of balance. Yes, I ain't got to take your flag. I just got to get you out of balance.
So they hitting them.
They crushing them.
And these just like athletes, are real athletes.
Like, these is big, strong men. If you want to call them athletes, yeah, they in there doing burpees all goddamn day and shit like that. They get you the next thing up than athletes. Big,
Wow.
strong men. These men is well-conditioned, well-trained, and well-obedient. They getting out there running better than football teams. Could have took a couple of them players to the Eagles last night and we'd have pulled off the victory. God damn it.
So wow. So listen. So when they playing, are they playing on concrete or are they playing on grass?
They're playing on grass. They got big fields, man. These rec yards that the feds got to offer, this is like a college campus. They got baseball field, football field, soccer field, hockey ball field, basketball courts. Oh, they got big old track. I'm talking about the Olympic jump. Yeah, because dudes gonna be there forever. They ain't making they making billions of dollars off this 1 yard. You know they gonna make it extraordinary because you got to stay here for 30 years. That's your sentence. If you don't get in trouble and had to get shipped out, this would be so they're gonna make it, accommodating to the one that got to stay there. Yeah,
Crime pays in 999 ways.
you better say it.
Because the people that's really making the money, these people own these jails. Now, give me an example of the most craziest thing you saw happen on a football field or basketball court.
On a basketball court, big homie, man. Big homie, shout out to Big Twills. Big Twizzy, I always tell this story, Somerville, man. Big Twizzy, I hope you tapped in. Man, you know what I'm ready to say if you tapped in, homie. Man, Big Twizzy, man. Big Twizzy is the same dude that did it to this dude from Mississippi when we go check him in. Big Twiz locked and socked him to sleep. We stayed in the whole 9 months. Twiz, man, you owe me some dinner.
That was over a basketball game?
No, that wasn't over a basketball game. When he locked and socked him, he did that because the homie was in there fighting some nigga, beat the nigga up, then the nigga locked and socked the homie.
All right, what about a basketball incident?
But I'm about to tell you about the basketball joint
hurry up,
with Big Twiz.
Mm-hmm.
They out there playing free wrecking 5-on-5. A Detroit nigga, name I forgot Rob. What the fuck was this nigga's name? Black nigga. I forgot his name. Or they playing, but the black nigga from Detroit be acting tough all the time. You know what I mean? So he following Twiz, but Twiz a big nigga. Twiz like 6'4", you know what I mean? Probably like 280, big boy. So, you know what I'm saying? They going back and forth, but they playing against each other. But it's like 3-on-3 or 5-on-5, but we all at the gym, whatever, watch. It's like free rec in the afternoon time, like at the lunch. Then, not many people be in the gym at the lunch, like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, because dudes be at work, school, and all that. The gym be popping at the 4 o'clock camp. That's when everybody be out because there ain't really no jobs at the 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
So it's free rec. It's about 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We just down there, and there's a couple dudes in there having a little 3-on-3, 5-on-5. So the boy keep following Twiz. I'm gonna think of his name, man. Dark skinned boy from Detroit. It's gonna pop in my head too. So he's following Twiz. Twiz like, man, follow me again, man. I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Boy talking shit, man. I ain't trying to hear that shit. Twiz, man, get out of here. They running up back down the floor. They follow a couple more times. Twiz like, I'm not gonna keep telling you. And the boy like smacked the ball out of Twiz's hands one time, like while he was, and Twiz get mad, and Twiz smacked this nigga so hard, bro. I'm talking about he didn't punch him or nothing. He smacked him. And the nigga backed up and grabbed his face and was like, what you do that for? And Twiz was like, nigga, I told you stop playing with me. But what was more shocking to me is after he released such a violent smack on him that the man backed up and he held his cheek and asked that man, why you slap me? His first reaction was to ask him, why did you do that, man? And then every reaction after that was all humbling. He went to the side, kindly grabbed his net bag, because dudes that come down to the gym with their net bag, the little water bottles and a towel for when they sweat, they can dry themselves off. Because you got to walk back to your units. Mm-hmm. The gym is far away from the unit, so you want to dry the sweat off you before you go outside. It might be chilly or something like that out there. So you'll bring your little net bag with your little water bottle or whatever. He kindly go over there, grab his net bag. We thinking he got a knife. Some niggas running up. He like, no, it's cool. He grab his towel. He wiping his face. He drinking water. They call it a 10-minute rec move. He go back up to the unit. I'm like, and then he on our unit too, me and Twiz. I'm like, damn, I'm thinking he going up the unit, get ready, probably get a lock in the sock, get a knife or something. So I'm telling Twiz, like, what the hell you smacking for? You tripping, bro. Y'all out here balling. Twiz like, the nigga I'm talking about when he smacked him, you know how when boxers is sweaty at the point and they're getting it in, and you'll see a good ass hit, boom, but you'll see all the sweat pop up off the head that was hit.
Yeah.
That's how I look when they're back, because they sweating from, running up and down the court all day long. When Twiz smacked him, bow, everything, it was like powder. I'm like, and it was all sweat. And he had like little plants. It was like, bow, he just slipped. I'm like, why you do that? And I'm like, damn. the smack was so violent and hard, the man didn't even think to to launch another attack on him. His whole thing was, why you do that? Like, that was not called for. So I was just like, damn. Yeah.
Yeah. So listen, yo, man, I thank everybody for tuning in. So at this time, we want everybody to start preparing their questions. You're gonna take a few questions, man. Don't forget to make some donations if you can. Show support to keep us out of court. We got that from my man. Oh, that's Ryder. Now, also another thing is, don't forget to become a member. We need all the support we can to keep it going, man. We appreciate everybody who's been tuning in, but show your support to keep us out of court. Become a member today. I mean,
we taking questions.
Let's take some questions. Yeah.
Yeah, man, load up y'all questions, man. Load up y'all questions. Y'all want me to sit up here and tell these stories to y'all over there where y'all can laugh all day long. Yeah, man, I want to bring a little amusement to your lives, but more so awareness, man. Awareness for y'all to talk to y'all kids about, man, to talk to family members about, man, or friends, man, that may be headed that way and not really know what they getting themselves involved to.
Got a question from James LaFlame. He said, yo, Black, what was your favorite or most lucrative hustle when you were incarcerated? What made you jump in that mindset to hustle instead of just falling back?
Oh, shit. Well, with the sentence I had, man, when you go to jail, man, the first 3 to 5 years, probably, not even going to say 5, first 3 years is lovely. You got people sending you money fist over fist, man. You got about 5, 7 people that's hitting your books every week. You probably get loaded when you first go to your jail, so everything be extremely comfortable. Then after that 3rd year and 4th year and 5th year, that's when you're going to start to feel that squeeze, that crunchiness that I tell y'all about all the time. When I tell you it's crunchy, people got bills to pay out there, man, and things supersede you. That light bill or Black, this $50 this month. And best believe, whoever's incarcerated, you going to be on the chopping block because that light bill got to be on baby girl and little Papa out here, and they need to see what's going on. They got school tomorrow. So if you being real with yourself, which one is you spending that money on? So with that being said, it started to get crunchy, man.
Yeah.
And I had to realize that I got to do something in here that could possibly make, because the jobs, I became a orderly, and I became a head orderly, to where I know how to finesse, I know how to steal all the type of stuff.
Are you stealing too?
Yeah, supplies.
Okay.
No, not stealing. Like, I'm stealing from the people, from the police. Like, I might got allowed to go down and get bleach, but we only supposed to get 1 bottle of bleach. I'm stealing 10 bottles of bleach, and I'm selling each bottle of bleach for 3 books of stamps. So this is my hustle. So they might be paying me on my job, $80 a month. You get paid once monthly. Mm-hmm. And then off the hustle, I might be making motherfucking $40 a day. So you add that up, 40 times 30 is what? You know what I'm saying?
120.
40 times 30?
I'm sorry, though, 1,200.
Yeah, exactly. To go along with my motherfucking $80 that they got to give me on my books every month. Yeah. So, but my one of my, and it's sad to say, if I had to be real with you, Tony Rome, shout out Tony Rome, where you at? One of my hustles was hustling heroin in the jail, and my whole way was getting in. We was out California. He was going out there getting 28 grams of black tar, which is trash over here in Philadelphia. But the trash is dope. Out on the street is prime time Dion in the jails, because you ain't got nothing there as it is. So long as it's something that give you any type of feeling other than the feeling that you have in a natural state, it's a go. And we was doing it up. We was doing it up crazy. Like, it was only like 8 Philly niggas on the yard out in California, and he would come back and hit all 7 of our hands. He was being the 8th person, and he'd probably give us each a gram of dope. And a gram of dope in jail, you'll make like $2,000 to $2,500 for the men that been in jail. You know what I'm talking about, off a whole gram. So he giving this to us. So we hustling. Ain't nobody on the yard got dope but us. And the next best hustle I had, I was making wine. I was making about 8 to 12 gallons of wine every week.
Somebody just said, when is your, we got Badass 1500. He said, Black, when your interview dropping, you got to let OG interview you and vice versa. I mean, this is, I guess it's like the interview right here, man. I guess you can call it, y'all get this every week, five days a week. So, we might do something like that, whereas we can, have some, time where he interviewed me, I interview him. That's definitely an option. Unreal Trigger Trey. is the Philly car the whole region and suburbs of Philly, and how do you get along?
What happened there?
Unreal Trigger Trey. He said, is the Philly car the whole region and suburbs of Philly, and how do you get along?
It could be. Like, cause we at one jail we was rolling with the Chester niggas, Coatesville niggas. My man, shout out Salim. Big Salim, shout out to Big Duke. You know what I mean? Coatesville stand up. Chester, Coatesville, you know, a couple Erie niggas where they'll probably ride with like we didn't ride with Pittsburgh. I don't know why, but like it won't be a whole PA thing. But if you was from PA and you was thorough and you wanted to be underneath the Philly banner and your paperwork was straight, we was letting you ride with us. You was running that 066, yeah.
Zozan's Love said, do Delaware have a car?
They'll ride with the Philly car. They won't have their own car per se. No, I've never been nowhere where Delaware had their car, no. If a Delaware dude was on it, he'd be underneath the Philly banner. Delaware never had their own car where it's a group of Delaware niggas. No, I never seen that in the feds. Yeah, that's what somebody said. I think Delaware, I'm
trying to get, I'm going to reach out to That's Ryder. That's my guy. I'm going to reach out to him and see if we can get him on. You know, that could be a possible episode. That's Ryder. That's my guy. Shout out to That's Ryder.
Oh, they got tablets in the feds now too, bro.
So you can watch the game when you're joining?
No, you can't do that. Only the tablets. The tablets is only for music, games. They sell you games. You can buy.
And you can listen to the stuff because we actually working on something where we're gonna be on tablets in the prisons as well.
Yeah. So
we got stay tuned for that. People gonna be able to see us in jail on the tablets and stuff like that. Sid, was you locked up with anybody from Pittsburgh?
I was locked up with a whole lot of Pittsburgh homies. My man EC, Rizzy, a whole lot of Pittsburgh homies, man. My little homie name, man. I forgot my little homie name. That's crazy, man. But Lil O, yeah, stand up Lil O. I heard he locked back up, man. Free O, man. It's definitely a lot of little Pittsburgh dudes, man. Definitely. Especially when I first went up McKean, Pittsburgh, like that's right, like that McKean is like right there near Pittsburgh. So they were sending a lot of Pittsburgh dudes to that jail.
Tyrell Harper said, you was out before AR Abbott went in, but I'm going to answer the question from Tyrell Harper. He said, have you ever came across any money in the feds, like that, like real money?
Like what's real money, like thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars?
I guess that's what he mean. Have you ever came across any money in the Fed, like real cash? I guess, yeah.
Well, my old head was when I told you that we were selling the heroin. But I could have, but I was using it all for commissary. So I could have been putting up like $400 a week cash. But I would make dudes you owe me $120, get that to me in commissary. I'll fill you out $120 commissary. You got to go over there and spend cash for that at commissary. So, but if I had them like cash happening to somebody on the street, I could have been accumulating. If you want to call that real money. Now my old head was making real money. He was making real money. That nigga was selling grams of dopes for what, $400 and stuff like that. Straight whole gram, like working it out.
Wow. Unreal Trigger Trey said, who was the most famous gangster in the feds that you know? That you basically, I'm assuming he's people that you came across.
I can't recall, man.
Wasn't you up there with Joey?
We was over Hudson County.
Joey coming on the show too, man. So shout out to Joey Marlino.
We was over Hudson County together. We went on no yard together. It was like a little.
Hudson County.
Yeah.
Skinny Joey. Coming on soon, man.
But I can't really recall like probably some dudes, big homies out they city, but I don't, I heard of some dope boys, but I ain't never been around no. I can't recall no big names.
Yo, listen, don't forget. Also, go check out that Christopher Willard's episode, man. Dropped yesterday. We appreciate the response it's been getting. It's a switch up, man, but it's real informative. That guy has a lot of knowledge, about what happens behind the prison walls. He was actually, mistreated while he was in there. Go check the episode out. And also, another thing, if you're looking for consultation, you're about to go to jail. You know somebody about to go to jail. Hopefully nobody in this chat is going to jail, but you may know someone who's about to go to jail, about to go to prison. They may need consultation. They may need to know what's going on. They may have never, ever been inside a penitentiary or a prison, and now they might get a lot of time. and they may need some consultation about what's going to happen, what to do, how to prepare. Reach out to talesfromthejail.com. That's talesfromthejail.com. Tell them to book their consultation today. We can get them set up, get them, prepared to go in. That's talesfromthejail.com. And also, if anyone's looking for home care services, Mecca Care LLC is, one of the best home care agencies in Pennsylvania. If not the best, probably is the best. Contact them, 215-644-8341. That's 215-644-8341, Mecca Care LLC. Now, anything else you want to add, man? Anything else you want to add?
Ask a couple more questions. Somebody got a question for you. You ready?
What was it?
Dejan Facian.
Dejan Faison?
Yeah. He said, got a question. If Brahim or any other close friend would have came home from 21 years and didn't want to change his lifestyle, how long would you try to help him until you stop trying?
I don't know. Because a lot of times, people that come home from prison, sometimes they don't always get it right away. So I can't really put a timetable on it. It's just probably when I realize that the person really don't want to get it together, because I'm always trying to help, my guys. I'll never put a timetable on it. But if they keep coming home, going to jail, keep going to prison, keep costing me money for lawyer fees, and I got to keep putting up, stuff like that, then I'll probably let them know, like, look, man, that's it. But, I never really put a timetable on it, but everybody gets an opportunity in my book, because I never know, I could have been in that situation, not just try to deal with people how I want them to deal with me. But at some point, we all got to understand that we are men or women, and have to be responsible for our own actions. And when you got help, somebody out here trying to assist you and help you get by, you got to accept it, but understand that it's not going to be forever. It doesn't happen, doesn't be forever. But we can all get comfortable in situations in life, and help, and people helping you, and trying to make sure that you're cool, and it can handicap you. As handicapped, I have been in that situation where I need help, and I may have handicapped myself. But understand that help is not always going to be there forever. So take advantage of it. People's coming home, people out here that's are in the streets, people going to try to assist you. So just take advantage of it. But I'll never put a timetable on when I'm going to stop helping the guys. Yeah. Any more questions? It says, Guy Fiki said, would you ever get conjugal visits if you're married in the feds?
Never. Feds don't do no conjugal visits. The only thing you're going to come close to getting a conjugal visit is if you make it to a camp. And you're not getting an actual conjugal visit. I'm just being like a smart ass when I'm saying that, because you can run off the yard and hopefully possibly sneak down the street to a hotel, and that's what they doing at a lot of camps. You can run off because there ain't no gate, and there's one guard, and they don't be paying attention, and you go down there and get you some cheeks and come on back, and that's your conjugal visit. But other than that, absolutely not.
Hold on, you said, the guards?
No, to your family.
Oh.
Your family, your girl might come to the gym, meet you down the street in the car, got the lights out, you got to run down the hill, especially.
Oh, you talking about when you in the camps?
Yeah.
Oh, all right, my bad, I misheard you. I already say. All right. Anything else? Any more questions? We got 2 more minutes. Any more questions, man? For anybody. And while I wait for those questions, man, we wanted to say that once again, we appreciate the support, man. All donations are appreciated. And know what they say? Ain't no nation like a donation.
Hope I'm pronouncing his name right. Jelkin Capellino. What kind of reputation do Dominicans have in the feds? The reputation that Dominicans have, they point blank, be real, man. Because I only know how to give it to you one way. They got a standing relationship amongst their community, as far as they're not being oppressed. They gonna stand together as one. They're gonna do what they got to do in there as one, and they are thriving in there as one. But they got a knock on them. They accept their own rats. Like some of them don't, but one of them, like, you could tell on a black, and that is like you telling on the enemy. So it's like you won't be reprimanded for that, but you can't tell on nothing that's going on inside of the actual car.
Is it true like that the Mexicans in and the Puerto Ricans they don't say that it's gay to like have certain type of sexual relations with your homie in prison. Like you just.
Oh, well, I ain't never heard of that.
Oh yeah, somebody said something like that before. Said they don't look at it like it's being gay.
Oh no, I ain't never heard of that. That's gay. I ain't never.
Yeah,
heard
I mean,
of
yeah, of course I do.
Yeah,
But
I mean, that
I heard I saw somebody mention that before. They didn't say it in the chat, but I saw somebody.
The only thing I did hear in the feds is with them is anything to beat the blacks at all costs. So if it comes down to telling on them to try to annihilate them and get them off the yard, they do that, and they won't look at each other as rats because they told on the opposition, which is blacks.
And shout out to Maine, Meek Mills is in the works too, man. You know, reach out to him, y'all. Keep putting the pressure on him, man. You know, tell him, get on Tales from the Jails, man. We working on it, but to probably get him up here faster, we got to, we're gonna need help from the fans, and he has a lot going on. Yo, appreciate to DJ aka Mr. Sandman. Appreciate the donation, man. Appreciate you, bro.
We appreciate all the donations, man.
Yeah.
The donations push us to be better for y'all and give y'all better content, man.
Thank y'all.
Everything, man, is a struggle in life, man. We're very appreciative. That's why we're going to show our appreciative by releasing the content that you need to see, that you need to hear, the real, nothing false. And we're going to get this to you 24/7. We pumping it down your throats because we have to beware.
Down duty. Pause. Hey, listen, Mikey Miz. He said, shout out to Mikey Miz. He said he did a stiff dime, 10 years. Went in at 19 years old, came out at 28. He's 46 now and it still ain't right. He said things never go away. It's a part of life. He said, he just did that. What advice you might have for him, man? He said he just still trying to figure it out, man.
So what he did what now?
He said he did a dime and I'm assuming he's saying things still ain't right for him. I don't know whether it's the effects of prison, coming home, or hasn't been able to adapt to society. I don't know.
Sometimes, man, people it takes people, because I did 21 years and I just had to go back and do 18 months. So I don't look down my nose on that, man. We need help, man. We need help. We need support, man. I got a good brother, man, amongst other brothers, man, that helped me out, man, in trying times, man, and then help me out off of their hard-earned, legit money. This man ain't hustling. This man got family to take care of. And then not only can he help me out with his money, but he can help me out in, which is better than his money, in positions that I can get in life to make my own money, and I can feed my family. You know what I mean? And you need that structure around you. You need, in order for men that did 10 years or better, if you do not have no support, you're going to revert back to your old ways, which will ultimately send you back to the penitentiary. If you do not have that support, when you are released from your incarceration, you will ultimately resort back to your old ways, which will send you back to prison or to the grave. That's just it, man.
James LaFlame had another question. He said, "Yo, Black, do you think you could have held down? Think you could have held down Feek the same way he held you down while you were behind bars? Same support, same scenario. Is there someone behind bars now that's close to you? Close to you, I guess you say holding down. Close to you that you holding down now.
With that right there, when I got the money, I send the men some money when I do got it, and I got something to give. Yes, there's men in the jail that I do that for. And now to the question of, could I have possibly done what Feek have done? Absolutely not. Everybody is made up of different aspects. My aspect, this man has a great aspect of being there. Like, I tell him all the time, like, man, if I was in your shoes, I can't even say I would do the same thing that you did. And I had to dig deep and humble myself to tell him that answer, because the easy answer to say is, hell yeah, absolutely right. That takes a strong person, man, to not only try to support himself, support his family, which come first and foremost. And then the people that's around him that he consider his family, that's not his blood. Like, I can't do that. I couldn't. I would be there at times and I would stray off. It takes and he's not the only one that can do it. There's other people, but people got to step into their own shoes, man. You ever heard of the saying, too many chiefs and not enough Indians? That's why you got the word Indian, because an Indian has to be in place for a chief to be in place. You know, you have to have your soldiers for the president to give the speech. You have to have your followers. You have the imam, and then you have the congregation. You have the Majlis staff. It's levels to life. It's levels to aspects of life. And you step into certain shoes in life, through experience, through dedication, and through hard work. And could I have walked in this man's shoes? Absolutely not.
I mean, I don't know. You just never know. You never know, man, because you just never know when you place a responsibility upon you. You just never know.
But you just got to know you. A person got to know thyself, man. People always think that they cut out for the job until you actually do the job, and then you see like, oh, heavy is the head that wear thy crown, man. That's why these sayings are intact for a reason. Everybody got a role to play. My role might not be to decipher on the computer and put this together and put that together. My role might be to talk. Everybody play. That's what makes up a team. Everybody in a team is not doing the same thing. You have the shooter, and I'm going to give it to you in this language because a lot of people understand street terminology. When you have a crew, you have your shooter, you have the thinker, you have the finesser, you have the lady man. Everybody in the crew ain't lady men. If you got 10 dudes, it's going to be 1 or 2 of y'all. Everybody has a role to play. And if you play your role until you graduate into another role, the whole train is going to operate correctly, fiercely, and precisely. And that's just it.
Yeah, and stay tuned. King Erna episode coming soon too, man. You know, we'll do something with King Erna. That's our guy. Shout out to King Erna. You know, we just, you know, James LaFlame once again. You know, he said yesterday he made 2 years since I've been arrested and was up State Road. I haven't even cried since I've been home.
Why would you?
Trying to. I be feeling like I'm broke or broken. I'm sorry. Have you cried, Black, since release?
Man, I cry all the time, man. I was crying the other day.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I sit there on the edge of my bed, man, and then when I stop crying, right, when I really start thinking, like, when you think about your situation, always this would stop me from crying, right? Because I do cry, like, well, my situation, I be wanting things extra. I'm a man, I'm a grown man, I'm a 45-year-old man, I got a son. You know what I mean? So I think about things. I ain't got a whole lot of money. I ain't rich. You know what I mean? I'm used to cutting corners, selling stuff, or robbing stuff. This is what I'm used to. That's my natural habitat. This is something that I'm detaching myself from. And that's hard. It's hard. Mm-hmm. It's hard. It's extremely hard. Cried the other day. But what stopped me from crying is when I'm sitting on the edge of my bed crying and I'm sitting on my bed. I'm sitting in my room. I got a kitchen when I walk out the room with some food in the refrigerator. I got a vehicle outside. I ain't got to wait on no Uber or a bus. That be my crying is because I want more. You're supposed to want more. You're only supposed to want to be patient, but you got to be patient. You got to be in patience. Got to come dedication and footwork because it ain't just patience. You can sit there all day long. That's patience. No, in your patience, it has to be grind, extraordinary grind, exhausting grind that make you cry because you're tired, not because of what you want. And then that would dry my tears up, and I'd be like, well, dang, all right, cool. I'm back on track now. And I keep on going. I'm a regular human being like y'all. I ain't going to sit here and do no capping. I cry all the time, bro. Yeah. I'm a 45-year-old man. This shit get crunchy. This shit get crunchy as shit. Yep.
Yeah, and also another thing, too, man, you know, I cry too, man. You know, I cry, man. I stand up and pray and I cry because, you know, I know that I've done a lot of things and, you know, I'm still going to fall short. And I'm just asking, you know, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for forgiveness because you just never know, you know, where you're going to end up and how you're going to end up and how you're going to die or, you know, what's going to happen to you, you know, because sometimes we can get caught up in basing our life off of money and stature. But money and stature isn't everything, man. A peace of mind is worth more than money. It's having a peace of mind. Yes, it's good to have money. I'm not saying that because some people might say, no, it's good to have money because money just takes away that one problem, that financial issue, but it doesn't secure you or protect you from everything else. It can help aid in those other things whenever you may need stuff, but it doesn't take away from other things. Look at how many rich people in the graveyard. They go there with nothing, no money, nothing is being buried with you. It's just here for somebody else to spend it. Rich people are in jail. They in jail and they're broken down to they're a regular person. They just in jail, just like they ask for commissary. They may have $1 billion out there in the street. They still need somebody to send them money. They still need a lawyer. They still need to, you know, somebody to talk to. So just start valuing the small things, man, and that keep me grounded, man. That's why I never get too high, get too low. I try to treat everybody with respect, and you know, and I just, you know, ask that, you know, Allah forgive me for my sins, and that leads me to crying once I think about stuff that I've done. It could be stuff I've done 20, 30 years ago. You know, it's not always something that we're doing now. And you just gotta continue to try and evolve. And ain't nothing wrong with a grown man crying, man. You know, you cry when you happy, you cry when you sad or whatever you're going through. It's nothing. It's an emotion. It's within everybody. You know, man, and it's actually relieving. If there's many narrations about a baby when it cries, like say let the baby cry because it relieves a stress in them. It's like them just relieving something. Now you don't let them cry too long, but it's good to let them cry for a while because crying is like a release for you. You might cry for 2 minutes, 2-3 minutes, and after you're done crying, you feel like you got something off your back, really, because it helps you, and especially when you're crying for a reason. Don't just be crying for nothing, but if you have a reason to cry, there's nothing wrong with it. And I don't knock them in that cry, man. And ain't nothing wrong with telling your homie you love him. You man, you don't gotta wait till your homie go to jail, your brother go to jail to be like, I love you, bro. Because sometimes we need that. You might be having a hard time, like, I love you, man. And that helps. Tell your mom you love her. You ain't talk for those who have our mothers in our lives and our sisters and our siblings in our lives. People around you, man. Tell them you love them. Reach out to them. Say, I love you, man. How you doing today? It's as simple as that. It ain't always about money. You know what I'm saying? Just a simple phone call, or you good? Everything cool with you? It's a simple text or a check-in. I love you, man. I love you for the sake of Allah, or I love you because you whatever. Just reach out to people and tell them that you love them. It don't always have to be, something huge, or it can just be like simple. I love you. Just think about you, bro, man. Hopefully everything going on good with you and your family. That's just simple as that for me.
James LaFlame said, also, yo, Black, when I got out of jail and seen myself in the mirror, like actually glass mirror, for the first time, I didn't even recognize myself. Did you have a moment like that? Yes, I did, because I wasn't in grays no more. I seen myself actually with some clothes on. I had forgot that I was a human being. Like when I say human being, that I forgot that I was a part of civilization. When I put them clothes on and I stepped back and I seen me with some good shoes on, other than some jailhouse shoes on and some khakis from jail, and I had me some nice drawers on, some cotton briefs, a nice T-shirt, man, a hat. It came rushing back like I'm a human being. Being a convict or an inmate is like you're an alien. Like they look at you like you're not a part of society. Like inmate, go over here and do this. I mean, you're not a human being no more once you're in the belly of the beast. You are another creation to mankind, like the dregs of society, I like to say. So yes, when I got out and seen myself in a full-length mirror, man, even when I was in my glory, butt naked, I'm just standing there in the mirror, and I think it hung a little bit different. Pause, no homo. You know what I mean? And I'm like, well, I'm out here, I'm free now. And I shook that motherfucker, and I just smiled and got on about my day. So yeah, I looked at myself differently.
We're gonna take a few more because we gotta get ready for Jumu'ah. Everybody get ready to make it to Jumu'ah. For those who are going to the masjid. Also, it says, do you guys feel like getting your children out of poverty-stricken neighborhoods is the best move to keep them out of jails and prisons? This is from Feek, and I absolutely positively agree. If you can get your family out of the city, because and the city is bad, but if you can get your family out of the city, it doesn't mean that your kids are gonna be perfect. Nobody's gonna be perfect, but I believe that it limits the opportunity for them to fall into a lot of things, man. Because a lot of times other people's household may not be how your household is. And we know that we have a lot of, drugs. Neighbors are infested with drugs and alcohol and killing and shooting. And sometimes that stuff gets on our children or gets on and some people's households are worse than others. So if your kid is going to school with a kid who's going through these type of things, yes, it can influence your child. And as they get older, it can influence them to want to be like that kid, because sometimes the bad kid is looked at as being cool, or So if you want to get your kid, give your kid a better opportunity, yes, it's very important for you to try to get them away from a impoverished neighborhood if you're able to, because it's going to lessen them of being around certain things. So if you can do it, man. And this doesn't mean that there aren't diamonds in the rough in these hoods, because there are. There are some people who are trying to live their lives the right way. They just can't move, So, but it just makes it a little bit more difficult when you got to walk out your door and see somebody selling drugs on the corner, or somebody shooting on the corner, or your kids are scared to go to school. That's another thing too, man. I was talking to a young boy, man, one day, man, and he was like, man, the reason why I don't go to school is because I'm scared to go to school. I'm scared I'm gonna get killed. I'm out here, I got beef. I ain't going to school because I don't want to go. I ain't going to school because I'm scared I'm gonna get killed. I got beef out here, man. And he's like, once you in it, you can't get out of it. You know what I'm saying? And then if you try to get out of it, they're gonna put you on the ground, make you like a sucker. They might try to put their hands on you, all these different things, and then every time you go to school, you a target. He said, so I'm scared. That's why I don't go to school. He said, and I ain't afraid to tell you I'm scared. And he out here, moving around crazy. And I try to talk to him and give him some advice. I'm not gonna say his name, but he said, man, I want to go to school. You know what I'm saying? I want to play basketball. And he's good at basketball too, man. He's real good at basketball, man. And I was talking to him about, listen, man, I'm gonna try to do something where as though, we get a couple houses in different neighborhoods, and we can move these kids out to these suburban areas where they can live and they can prosper, because some of these kids is actually really, really talented. And I ain't just talking about sports. You have these young bulls who have brilliant minds. It's just that they just caught up in their environment, and it's sad. But when he told me that, I'm looking at him, he's like, man, listen, man, like I'm scared to go to school, man, because I don't want to die. I said, wow. So listen, man, it's very important to try to get your kids out of these neighborhoods. So we're going to leave it there, man. And once again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I'm going to check and see if there's any more questions, man. But, we thank everybody for tuning in, everybody who's a member now, Tales from the Jails. And don't forget, we have a sports show, TBISE, the best in sports entertainment. We go live every day at 9 a.m. on TBISE. Go ahead and subscribe over there too. Go subscribe and follow that channel. And we give a sports analysis. We talk about sports from our point of view on our set, man. State of the art set, real nice. Go over and check it out. It's called TBISE, the best in sports entertainment. And also follow TBISE on Instagram at TBISE Sports on Instagram. So thank you guys for tuning in. It's Tales from the Jails. And we out.
Everyone knows prison is a serious matter. Prison is oppression. But nothing's worse than going to prison and not knowing what to expect. Or coming home after being incarcerated for years and not knowing what to expect. We help you here at Tales from the Jails. We offer consultation for those who are going to prison, also those who are coming home from prison, and also we have different features and options for those who are in prison. If you're looking for consultation to assist you in these matters, contact us, talesfromthejail.com. That's talesfromthejail.com.